Hey guys, welcome to the Word Defense Counter video. We're going to look at Inhuman hybrid teams. There's been a lot of shifting since New Warriors and Eternals came with the various very strong opponents that used to be with Black Bolt and Yo-Yo. We'll get into that, but all the versions I'm going to show you here, very easily beaten by the team I'm going to show you. Just worry about Eternal teams. I haven't experienced that yet, and I'd be worried how that plays out. But anyway, let's jump into it and go over some kit talk. I will hide as we do that, actually. There we go. So here's our possible hybrids. So we have Crystal, Surfer, Coulson, Doc Ock, and Emma. I've seen all kinds of variations of these five with Black Bolt and Yo-Yo. Now what I will say now is Surfer and Emma have basically been relegated off of this team in favor of New Warriors and Eternal teams, which is the right move for the people doing that. The given three you're going to have here is going to be Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, Coulson. Now, I'm going to show you one with Surfer, a very big Surfer, because I think that is the strongest member of this potential mixing hybrid team, and I'm going to show you that it still works. Other people that you might see that affect absolutely nothing, I've seen Squirrel Girls, I've seen Ghosts, none of that really matters. They'll just get walked over by our X-Factor Zemo, and let's get into them. So, for Shatterstar, we want him as big as possible. We really only need the passive, but any T4s you put in him will help smoothen this out. And we want him as a Raider. Obviously, that's how they get their speed meter filled from Longshot's passive. Next, we got Polaris. We want at least moderate investment in her. We don't want her to get blown up, especially if we are going against the Silver Surfer variant and we're touching security, or we've killed somebody early and he has offense up. We want to make sure we're not getting blown up, because if we just left on a 2v4 after Surfer ults and kills a bunch of people, that's not good. Next, we want Multiple Man. You don't need any T4s, but if you wanted to put one in his ult, that's going to give you an extra turn of offense up, and that's very helpful. As far as ISO, it doesn't really matter for him, but I mean, go ahead to Raider on if you want. You want moderate investment in him. Next, we got Zemo. Zemo, I went on the fence with about moderate investment, or the bigger the better. I love Zemo as a character. I think he's very impactful, and if you wanted to build him up all the way, he's got uses in lots of game modes, including the Doom raid. So I wouldn't be shy about building him up. Now for him, we want the ultimate for extra chain, and we want the passive for extra buff strips off his spawn. We're going to want him as a Raider as well, just to feed in the speed meter. Next is Longshot. He's our like secret master key in this team. We want the passive done. However, if you want to put one in his special and his ultimate for T4s, that's going to go a long way. And we're going to want him as a Raider. As far as kill order, I'm going to go with a team assuming Surfer and Emma are not on it, because that's what you're going to see most often now. You're going to want to kill Coulson, then Doc Ock, then Crystal, Black Bolt, and Yo-Yo. So the important moments of this fight: ability block priority. We're going to want to ability block Coulson. Keep in mind that even if your Zemo does strip him of his buffs, sometimes they get Phantom Buffs and the immunity still shows, so make sure you check that, and if it's dropped off, ability block him. Stopping his ult makes him essentially useless. If there's no Coulson, we'll go with Emma. If no Emma, we'll go with Surfer. Though Surfer's kind of a long shot, especially if the room is boosted. So for Shatterstar, we're going to open up with Special. That's why we don't mind taking this fight in Reactor. We're not relying on that defense up. We're going to get enough crits that our character is going to get a bunch of moves before we have to worry about any of the enemy's incoming damage. Third, don't get baited into attacking Yo-Yo. Even if she gets low off the jump, as you'll see in the source footage I have for you today, don't get baited into attacking her. She can just go on a dodge spree because she is controlled by the AI. And if you fall behind on getting your speed meter from hitting crits, you could lose this fight. So don't get baited into that. Even with the offense down, you're going to be fine. Lastly, everything's going to die very, very quickly. I'll pop back up. Yo. Let's turn that off. And I'll just pause it here for a second. Whoop. So, you see this is only a 30k punch-up. This team is capable of 200, 250k punch-ups. I've done it. You can check that out in War of the Dork videos. However, it's just not necessary. So I wouldn't suggest doing that. You're going to have these guys built up, presumably for Adam Warlock anyway, so they're going to be high enough, and you're going to have Zemo built up because Zemo's awesome and fun, like we talked about. I'm going to showing you this version. There's no Emma. It is a Surfer Crystal version. Crystal passive is going to make the other Inhumans bounce back if they drop to yellow, and Surfer's just huge. So I want to show you what happens when it's a giant Surfer and why you're going to be fine. So let's jump into that. And I'm staving off a cough. So I'm going to pause this because the fight is quick. So here we go. We're in. So it's obviously not boosted. This isn't an actual war though. So we strip off the buffs. We're gonna throw a Billy block on this 7 Red Star Coulson. Of course it lands, no problem. And we even land a slow on Surfer. Very helpful. We'll throw off the special here. Gives everybody defense down. Now you see Yo-Yo is very low. If she dies to splash damage, which she will here, that's fine. This was a baby Yo-Yo, and she didn't dodge. If she dodged, we still would have been fine with the offense down, but I digress. So here we go. We throw the special. They both die. So you see here, Silver Surfer has the offense up. I have a dupe multiple man. Will he peel it off? Yes, he will, and that's crazy, because that's a giant 6 Red Star Silver Surfer, 270k power almost. But what's most important here is our multiple man went before Surfer because we landed enough crits. We're also going to get Polaris, whatever. But the important thing is we now have dupes with taunt, which is going to make Silver Surfer alt a taunting dupe, which, cool, right? Who cares? All the dupes get burked out. I don't really care so much. Coulson and Yo-Yo have already died. We'll go for Crystal next. That way when we knock Black Bolt into yellow, he's not going to rebalance. We do it at the same time we hit special, so cool. Then we'll ult out the Black Bolt, and we'll take down the Surfer until he's dead. So hope he didn't blink, because this was fast. I had to pause it just so I could talk over it. So what happens if you don't get enough crits and Surfer gets to ult before your dupes? You're still fine. You have lots of barrier. Your dad bros would have taken their turns before Surfer goes anyway, even if it's in security. So you'd be fine. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. I know that was a quick one. It's an old team countering an old team, so not super interesting. So I'll try and have another video out for you today. Probably another old team do another old team, if I'm being honest, because we did like the 3 brand new shiny teams. Now we got to do our due diligence and make sure we're tackling all the best 10 defensive teams you can see on War and how to counter them without having any overlapping characters in our counters. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I hope you guys are happy, healthy, and having fun, and I'll see you next time. Peace.